Greetings, you people. This is Briarstone, and I welcome you back to Skyrim Roguelike. This is episode 8, the Dragon Knowledge portion of Nephatah's adventure. Before we get to know who Nephatah is, and before we actually get into our adventure, we are going to look at the perks that she will be starting off with. Let's do that, shall we? Now, I rolled my 4d6. And I came up with a 6, a 4, a 3, and a 1, dropping the lowest value of the 1 that left me with 13, which is still arguably very, very good. 13 dragon souls that I could start off with. Now, I used 2 of those to put into my secondary attributes. And my secondary attributes that I chose to drop some into is in Conjuration, 1, to half the magical cost of, well, summoning whatever. Anything having to do with Conjuration. And I also dropped in another, where did I put it? Oh, one-handed. That was another secondary attribute that I dropped 1 into. Because I'm thinking, just in case I should have a little bit extra damage, I'm thinking about using daggers to start off with. But, to be sure, I don't really want to use any weapon, any physical weapon whatsoever. If I play my cards correctly, what I plan to do with Nephatah is have other people do the killing for me. Right? I should not be able to get any blood, or at least not much blood, on my hands. Well, physically. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of death dealing when you come around Nephatah. But let's see. Let's get on with our primary attributes. Alteration. Alteration is going to be one of the major ones that we use. That actually comes with the healing portion that we chose. That was one of our primaries. As you can see, it's above 20. It's actually at 35. And we got the perk point in Novice Alteration to have the magical cost, as well as Apprentice Alteration to, well, have the magical cost of Apprentice level spells, even though we don't have any. What I wanted to get to was this. Magic Resistance. Blocks 10% of the spell's effects. Now, if I cast, for instance, Oak Flesh onto myself, while Oak Flesh is active, I will also be blocking an extra 10% of any spell's effects. Now, if you remember, I also have the Atronach Stone, which blocks already, or absorbs already, 50%. So let's start doing some math here. Against magic, we are going to be very, very tanky. And that is why we're actually going to try to make it all the way to the top of the alteration, because at the top, I believe you can absorb an extra 30% from magic, which will pretty much make us invincible to magic for the most part. Now, Restoration. We dropped 2 points into Restoration. Again, 1 for having the actual magical cost for novice spells, and then we dropped 1 into Magicka regenerates 25% faster. I wanted this because, again, the Atronach Stone gives me, or actually takes away from me, 50% of my Magicka regeneration. So now, let's mitigate that a little bit, and we're doing a lot better. So far, so good. Destruction. In Destruction, I put 2 points. Again, Novice Destruction, half the magical cost for it, and then Augmented Shock. The only spells that we're going to be using for Destruction, I'm going to go out right now and say the only spell I'm going to be using in Destruction is going to be Electrical Shocks, or anything to do with electricity. Fire and Frost is not going to be our domain. We are not going to mess around with that. We're going to do specifically electricity. And that's that. Now, we also have a couple into Illusion. In Illusion, we have 1 again for the Novice to half the Magicka cost, as you already know. And then we now have Illusion spells where they can work on higher level animals. What we're trying to do is not just animals. Animals is good because we don't want to be attacked by animals, because, again, physical damage we are very, very susceptible to. However, Kindred Mage is where I'm heading, because then all Illusion spells work on higher level people. Not that I run into higher level people right now, but just in case in the future, that is exactly what I want to do. And then, of course, you make it up their way to Quiet Casting and Master of the Mind, which, honestly, I want to control Daedra, and it would be nice to control automatons. So let's just say that this is going to be quite good. I wish I could back out. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. And I think that's going to do it. I think that's everything. To sum up, I have a little bit in Conjuration. I have a little bit in my one-handed skill. I've got 3 into Alteration, 2 into Restoration, 2 into Destruction, and again the last 2 into Illusion. Seems pretty strong to me. I hope you guys agree. Any thoughts, any comments, leave them down in the comment section down below. If you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, what is this Dragon Knowledge thing, actually look at a video of mine aptly called Dragon Knowledge. It will fill you in on all the details, and you can start playing your game, your new games, like this if you so desire, to basically just make your character even more different from the standard cookie cutout character from the normal new character creation in Skyrim. That's what we do. We make very interesting characters, and hell, if you want to go ahead with the permadeath, do that as well. I'm telling you, this is the best way to play Skyrim, in my opinion. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel for more content such as this, and we'll see you again later. This is Briarstone signing out.